Hey guys, welcome back to my show. Today's gonna be a really fun episode since I'll be talking to you all about your personalities. Now, when I'm talking about personalities, I do not mean like you have a nice fun personality or a funny personality, nothing like that. It's gonna be creative personalities, so like planners, plotters, pantsers, turtles, and things like that. So I'll be working on those kind of things, and personally for me, I am a planner. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, this is what this whole episode is about. Not just on planner, but all the other creative personalities. So stick around and learn about and figure out which writing personality or which creative personality you have. So first up is the planner. The planner is basically someone who kind of strategizes and plans everything beforehand before they do their project. So in terms of writing, they outline their whole book or whole work before they start so that they know what they're gonna do. But in like singing or art, they basically know what they're doing. Let's talk about making errors or mistakes. There will be errors still, but less of them because they are outlining and making sure that each scene or each part is where it's supposed to be. On the other hand, we have the pantsers. These are the opposite of a planner just because they go like they wing it, like they wing whatever they're doing. So for example, if they're given an assignment or something to do, like write a song in a minute, they would do it because for them, they do not have difficulty in these kind of things because they have like the idea of how to get things going as soon as like they get an idea. So for them, they just suddenly do something whenever they want. So if an idea clicks, they just write it up. They just go by the flow. So if they're writing about a fantasy story and then suddenly they think that maybe they could add some scientific elements to make it like a science fiction, they would add that in. Whereas, as I said earlier, for plotters or planners, they have the set things they want to go by, and sometimes they go differently, but most of the time they follow their set outline. So in that sense, pantsers are very different, or actually the very opposite of a planner. Also, as a pantser, it's gonna be harder for you to write or do anything you do because the structure and everything will be hard to edit because there'll be lots of incomplete beats of story arcs. That's in the case of writing, but for singing, songs, or songwriting, or art, or basically any other creative form, it's kind of similar. The next one is the magpie. So for the magpie, this one is where a magpie is basically a bird. I'm pretty sure most of you know this. And it's basically, if you're a magpie, that just means that your books or your creativity boxes or things are filled with ideas and like a bunch of creative ways to portray them. So like Pinterest boards, Spotify playlists, things that could help you create your first draft or whatever you're doing, like artwork, songs, writing, anything. And like if you do that though, it just means that if you're a magpie though, there's chance that you're also a procrastinator or may become a procrastinator. But personally, I feel like magpies are pretty good too. But the thing is, for them, like as a magpie, you have to make sure that you stay on track. For them, they go on side tracks by thinking about other things like creativity, playlists, and artwork, and fan art, and things like that. That it takes them longer to finish the first draft of any work they're working on. The next personality which is there is the speed demon, which is, as the name suggests, speedy writers or speedy creative artists. For these people, if you are one of them, you would probably already recognize it just by the name. That just means that you are super fast You just write, or draw, whatever you're doing. Basically, just continue doing it until you're exhausted. Speed demons get a lot of things done. May not be their best quality, but it's always like a bunch of work is done by them. At the end of the day, they are tired but are ready for the next writing sprint. So like they're always ready for a challenge and ready to like get on with the writing. So personally, again, according to me, I just feel that speed demons are also amazing personalities to have, just because you get a lot of writing done. But again, quality over quantity is way better. But if you're still a speed demon, it's not bad. You just need to work more on editing, similar to a turtle, the one which I talked to you about earlier, I believe. Or not the turtle, the magpie. That one. And then we have the NaNoWriMo. Now, the NaNoWriMo. Now, this name might be familiar to you guys if you are writers or illustrators, because NaNoWriMo is like a November writing challenge kind of thing, where you try to reach 50,000 words, and if you do, you get a prize. You get prizes and things. I did an episode on this, so if you're interested and have come across this episode right now and it's the first time listening to an episode from me, definitely check out that episode and find out more about NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo is in November normally, but for like the competition. But if you are interested in participating but not as a competition, just like creating your own goals, you can definitely do that too. I personally have been using NaNoWriMo a lot, so I would highly recommend it. So if you're a NaNoWriMo, that means you love deadlines and you have a squad behind you who's helping you keep track of what you're doing. They're making sure that you are on top of your work and keep you accountable for reaching your word counts by giving you fun snacks, keeping you motivated through quotes and games and things like that. The last kind of personality is the secret keeper. So now the secret keeper is actually kind of tricky to explain to you guys, because secret keeper is basically someone or a personality trait where you keep to yourself and do not tell anyone what you're working on, and then you think that you're gonna finish it up and then show everyone your best masterpiece. Now of course that doesn't always happen. Sometimes you need that group of support or help, or kind of like show that people really care about your work. So again, this last one, I feel like if you're the secretive one, like the last personality, it's awesome. Like it's always good to like, then you are kind of like not letting anyone else kind of say mean stuff to you or let them pull you down saying your work is bad. But at the same time, you kind of need the feedback and the critiques to understand how to improve your work. So yeah, pretty much these are the top few personalities that creative artists and creative writers have. Feel free to let me know in the comments or the question area on what your creative personality is. So I'll be promoting this episode on Instagram too. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, my handle is Anika.08151. Thank you so much everyone, and have a great day. Keep reading, keep writing. Bye guys.